Welcome to Movie Main Offender, the show where we highlight the misdemeanors and crimes of your favourite movie characters to determine who are the pretenders and who are the offenders. Today we look at the 1985 classic The Goonies. An ensemble of young teenagers in the neighbourhood known as the Goonies are implicated with the local crime family, the Fratellis. With the threat of demolition to their homes in place of a golf course, the Goonies are desperate to find a way to save them. Following the discovery of an old map, the Goonies and the Fratellis become caught in a game of cat and mouse in pursuit of the hidden treasure. Let's take a look at the flashpoints to determine who is the movie's main offender. A seemingly dead Jake Fratelli hangs in a jail cell, deceiving the guard before assaulting him and making his escape. Jake's escape from jail is assisted by Francis and Mama Fratelli. Anticipating the flurry of cops, Francis douses the perimeter of the police station with flammable liquid. Once Jake is secured, Francis fires a round at the ground and ignites it, fending off the swarm of police officers. With Jake now secure, Mama Fratelli puts the pedal to the metal in a bid to escape downtown Astoria. The police chase leads to the beach, which the Fratellis illegally enter before losing the trail of the cops in a commencing four-wheel drive rally. Meanwhile, at the Walsh residence, members of the Goonies plot their latest adventure. There is some colourful language, notably in the wake of an unfortunate incident involving a statue's genitalia, following the dramatic screen door entry by Data. After Mrs. Walsh installs Mouth as the translator for the new Spanish-speaking cleaner Rosalita, he threatens her with abduction if her job performance is poor. Later, the Goonies discover a treasure trove of artefacts in the attic, stolen from the local museum where Mr. Walsh works. One artifact in particular ignites their interest. A map said to lead to the fabled pirate ship the Inferno, where the infamous One-Eyed Willie hides his treasure. Together, Mikey, Chunk, Data, and Mouth devise a plot to restrain Brand and set about on their new adventure. They pounce on him during his workout and tie him to a chair. On their escape, Mouth sabotages Brand's bike to prevent any immediate pursuit. Once freed from his restraints, Brand is furious with his deflated bike tyres. He then proceeds to steal an alternative bike from Data's younger sister to pedal after the Goonies. Following the map's lead, Mikey, Chunk, Data, and Mouth soon arrive at a closed restaurant on the coast, which they barge into, but they're soon joined by the Fratellis. Following an outlandish food order by Mouth, Mama Fratelli pops out a flick knife. She squeezes Mouth's face to reveal his tongue and threatens to cut it out and offer him it as an alternative dish. Using his need for the bathroom as an excuse to venture into the basement, Mikey leads down the stairway and then stumbles across the imprisoned sloth in the basement. The Goonies make a hasty exit from the restaurant before being joined by the rest of the gang outside. This includes Andy, Steph, and Brand, the last of which recently survived a cycling incident at the hands of Troy Perkins. With the restaurant now vacated by the Fratellis, the Goonies return to continue their search for the treasure. As they explore the basement, Data stumbles across a printing press, which, when activated, starts printing off phony $50 bills. This activity is more than likely associated with the Fratellis' criminal activities. The Goonies generally make a mess of the basement, with Chunk smashing a water bottle and Brand and Mikey dislodging a fireplace. To their horror, the Goonies discover a dead FBI agent in a commercial refrigerator with an apparent headshot. Whilst this is likely to have been one of the Fratellis, we can't establish which offender. What we do know is the Goonies make no attempt to report it. In a stroke of misfortune, Chunk becomes locked in the refrigerator with the corpse of the FBI agent, and he's split from the rest of the Goonies. Eventually, he makes his escape from the restaurant, but unfortunately the car he flags down for help is being driven by none other than Jake Fratelli. After Chunk's capture by the Fratellis, they threaten his hand with a blender to reveal where the other Goonies have gone. They get a little more information than they bargained for, but the Goonies' general direction soon becomes apparent. Collectively, the Goonies go rampant on the pipework underneath the restaurant, which is inexplicably linked to the infrastructure across Astoria. Much damage is incurred, including to the country club facility where drinking fountains, showerheads, taps, and toilets all go berserk. The chase is on. The furious Fratellis catch up with the Goonies, who attempt to shoot them. But thanks to Data's slick shoes, they fail, although this would probably poison the water in the process and threaten the local ecosystem. To the Goonies' terror, further into the caverns they stumble across the remains of scavenger hunter Chester Copperpot. Unfortunately, he is long gone in the aftermath of a booby trap, but once again the Goonies make no attempt to alert authorities. Back in the basement, Chunk instigates Sloth's escape from the shackles, which is preceded by an unwanted gesture. Sloth picks up Chunk and gives him a sloppy kiss. Whilst not consenting, it's difficult to hold Sloth accountable. Who knows how long he's been held captive? After riding the best water slides the Astorian underworld has to offer, the Goonies discover the Inferno pirate ship in an underground cave. After some searching, Mikey finally comes face to face with the infamous One-Eyed Willie. Whilst there was clearly a bloodbath amongst the pirates to retain the treasure amongst the few, we have no detailed knowledge of this event, so we have not included it on the final tally. At the sight of the treasure before them, the Goonies fill their pockets. This comes despite the awareness it was stolen treasure in the first place. To the Goonies' surprise, the Fratellis have found their way on board, now armed with swords, and they force the Goonies onto the main deck. They acquire the treasure from the Goonies from every orifice, and begin making them walk the plank. Sloth and Chunk make their grand entrance onto the Inferno, slicing their way down the sails from the mast to the main deck. This distraction allows the remaining Goonies to escape. With only the Fratellis remaining on board, the now unchained Sloth knocks Jake's and Francis's heads together. Mama Fratelli attempts to coddle Sloth into forgiveness, but this backfires when she sings Rock My Baby. It alludes to some historic abuse, which caused Sloth's facial deformities. Sloth proceeds to throw Mama Fratelli off the Inferno. In an attempt to create some illumination, Datus distributes what he thinks are candles. Brand and Mikey light some, but they turn out to be dynamite. Miraculously, the Goonies escape the booby-trapped cave, making it safely to the beach to be reunited with their families. Shortly after, Rosalita is seen rifling through Mikey's jacket. Whilst no one is watching, she finds a precious bag of gems inside a marble bag. With no spoken English and fearing deportation from the authorities looming, she alerts Mr. Walsh not to sign. Collectively, the Goonies believe the treasure is now their own, despite having been stolen on the high seas many years ago. This discovery halts Mr. Walsh from signing the foreclosure agreement under the watchful eye of Mr. Perkins. Mr. Walsh promptly rips up the document, assuming that the gems are both legitimately valuable and worth enough to pay off his spiralling debts. So who is the movie's main offender? Tallying up the offences as either minor, moderate, or severe crimes, we can calculate a score for each character. We counted 97 offences across 15 key characters in the Goonies. The worst offending minor was Data, with a spate of offences relating to destruction of property, theft, and possession of dynamite. But the main offender in the movie was clearly Mama Fratelli. With crimes against the police, the Goonies, and her own family, she really belongs behind bars. As Chunk once put it, the Fratellis truly are disgusting people. Think we were too harsh or even too lenient on certain characters? Were their offences missed? Leave your feedback in the comments section below and like and subscribe for more movie main offenders.